guys have Minnesota sports flowing in their veins. Mackie and Judd on SKOR North and SKORNorth.com.
Write this down.
And welcome in to the only show in America that's dumb enough to put statistics next to our predictions. I don't know. I think if you would have gone back like 8 or 9 years, Judd, or we've been keeping stats for like 6 years or something, said, hey, if we put statistics next to these, what do you think your batting average is on your predictions? Would you have said above or below 50%, above or below 500 before we started tracking this years ago?
Below.
Yeah.
It's very hard to be.
Objectively.
Yes. Not terrible, but 50. If you hit 50% on your predictions, you should probably move to Vegas.
Well, they say, for sports bettors, right? If you can hit, what, is it
55?
58?
I thought it was like 55 or something.
Yeah, between 55 and 60, and you're doing
Get out.
pretty damn
Go to
good.
Vegas. Yes, sir.
But then there's us idiots we're just trying to predict if like the Twins are going to win a series, and we can't hit 55%, can't even hit 40%. Maybe Judd will have some Twins predictions coming in here. So here's let's fire up the music here, Dex. Do we have the? I don't want to put you on the spot. Let's hit the music here.
That's not Mackie and Judd. This is the place where we just totally own our horrible predictions. Write this down. And eat them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Write that down. It's Write That Down. Write it down. You like writing things down? With Mackie and Judd.
It's 3 predictions from everybody each week. They must be quantifiable. Those are really the only rules here. We keep track of batting averages and home runs. And listeners, if you want to participate, like Luke is about to, you can send us a message through the SKOR North app. Send it to Declan, and we'll get you scheduled for some time here in the coming weeks. The schedule, or the calendar, I guess, runs from Super Bowl to Super Bowl. So, we're like 5 months into the season here. And we got kind of a slow week with really no games happening. We do have the quarterback and Netflix series. There was a prediction about that over on Purple Daily. But let's start with the accountability session here. We'll start with Judd. You had 2 things come off the board. Both wrong. You said the Twins would use their first-round draft pick on a pitcher. They did not. They drafted a high school outfielder.
Yep.
That looks to be a potential star. You said the Twins would acquire an established major league reliever before the All-Star break. We could have split hairs on Keuchel as a starter, but not a reliever.
No, and I was that would have been wrong because I was talking. The spirit of my prediction was a guy that joined the big league roster. So
yeah,
I would not have accepted your Keuchel trying to pacify me as being a moron predictor. I deserve what I got in red here.
Wrong.
Why is that funny? I don't know why that's funny. It's always funny.
I had nothing come off the board, so we'll just feature a prediction here that's still on the board and check in on it. I said Sonny Gray will be the starting pitcher in which the Twins win their first playoff game. We had a big discussion on the rejuvenated SKOR North Twins show yesterday about should they trade Sonny Gray. This is a reason why maybe you wouldn't. He pitched a not a totally clean inning. Didn't he walk someone last night in the All-Star game? But he pitched a scoreless inning last night.
Okay, I got a question off this, though, now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, and this is almost certainly not going to happen, but let's say that they do trade him. And let's say the Twins play that team in the first round of the playoffs. And let's say the Twins win that playoff game and Sonny Gray starts for the opposing team.
Yeah, then my prediction would be correct because of the way that I worded this.
Did you hear that, Dex?
Wow, Dex is a train wreck right now.
Dex, turn your mic back on.
I got you. No, I heard it.
You really got me? Do you really got me?
Yes, you said
Can you hear me now?
Gray was on the other side, and the Twins still won the game. That this would still count. Yes.
Okay. I think it's a hilariously.
Video want me to post or anything? What else you got from you?
Wow. I think, wow. Oh wow! Whoa. You didn't do this mic on. You give me crap all the time. I try to give you a little good natured crap.
Lashing out.
This Mr. Defensive.
He's lashing out. Wow, dude. Yeah, the way that I worded this, I didn't mean it to be that way. But when you've played the game long enough, write that down. You can be.
Yes, you backed into this, but it's hilariously funny.
Well, Declan still has a prediction on the board. Let me find this real quick. It's like Michael Fulmer prediction or something.
Right.
It's let me see here. It says Jorge Lopez, Michael Fulmer, and Duran will appear in a single postseason game that's won by the Twins. Now, Fulmer pitches for the Cubs, and the Cubs probably aren't getting to the World Series. But technically, if the Twins and Cubs play each other in a postseason game, and the Twins win it, and all three of these pitchers pitch, like this has to stay on the board until something like that happens, right?
Yep.
Oh,
That's how the
absolutely.
game works. Okay. All right, listeners here. Connor says the Twins will have 5 All-Stars in 2023. They had 2. And then Declan's brother Liam said Nick Gordon will play more games at shortstop for the Twins than Carlos Correa in 2023. That is now mathematically impossible.
I remember how hottie brother Liam got when Correa signed with then the Giants and then the Mets. That this prediction was a lock to come true, and no, still didn't come true.
But Nick Gordon, what's his status right now?
I think he
on the
Cast
injury
is
list.
off.
He's out of the boot or the cast.
Yeah, the cast. I think the cast is off, but who knows?
Declan had 2 things come off the board. You said the Twins will be multiple games over 500 at the All-Star break. But you did say Sonny Gray would log a full inning of work at the All-Star game, and he did last night. Didn't watch a second of it. Did you guys watch any of the All-Star game last night?
I watched the first 5 innings, and then
You didn't watch a second of it?
I can't stand All-Star games.
Okay.
Can't do it.
I still think it's a low bar, but it's still the best of the Pro Bowl All-Star events in the 4 men's major sports. But
Yeah, it's the most like the actual sport, I would say.
The one thing that Fox does, and it's because it's actually the players that I like to watch, not like a XFL game. The miking up of players. Now they talk to players during the game, which I don't like. It's cool, but I don't have to have that. But I love the mic'd up players. So like you can hear the umpire, like you can hear the catcher talk. I would love to have it so that I can actually hear dialogue. And I don't care if they swear. Like I'll pay more to hear them swear.
Is there any sort of, like what Netflix is doing with this quarterback thing and Hard Knocks, and even just like week to week in the NFL Network will put out the sounds of the game thing every week. There's all sorts of access that they. Yes. Does baseball have anything like that? Is there something on MLB Network every week that I'm just missing? That's, hey, this is an hour of just like what people were saying on the baseball field this week.
I don't think so, and you're exactly right. But it's so interesting because like you pick up on little stuff, and it enhances the experience. And I feel like these offshoot leagues certainly try it. But like baseball, it's perfect for baseball. Hell, you know what would be great fun? Hockey.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's great in hockey.
Actually, this is, you ask like, well, why didn't you watch any of the All-Star game? So the World Series of Poker $10,000 main event is going on right now, and it's just like they just televise like featured tables.
Sure.
This is part of the reason why I love watching poker instead of other things. People are like, isn't that like watching paint dry? I mean, I guess if you don't know poker, then yeah. But all these people are mic'd up and trash talking, and they're being put to the test for these huge hands. Richard Seymour, the former 3-time Super Bowl champion, was at a featured table like deep in the main event yesterday. Really? He got busted out, but yeah, it was just kind of Nate Silver, the founder of 538, the sports projections guy. He's one of the chip leaders right now at the World Series of Poker.
I mean, everyone has their weird thing they like to consume too. Like some people hate wrestling. Like, how do you watch something that's staged? Which is, by the way, the worst argument for anything against wrestling. Like, if you just don't like wrestling, I understand that. But to say, well, how do you watch something that's predetermined? Do you watch every TV show?
Dude, Succession was predetermined.
What are you talking about?
That was scripted, right? Succession. That didn't really happen. There really is no such thing as Logan Roy.
Yeah, no. But like I personally, like on like weird TV, I love Judge Judy. Like if that is on, I'm watching me some Judge Judy.
That's
find
also scripted,
hilarious.
right? Pretty sure that's
think
scripted.
So, right?
Think so.
It's
pretty
hilarious.
sure.
Do you know that for sure? I mean,
I think
the judge might not be scripted. She's handing out verdicts in real time, baby.
So, Judd, man, your batting average keeps tumbling here, but you still have a really big lead on us. You're batting 323 on the season. Declan, right 258.
Yeah.
Listeners, 234. I'm at 222. Judd leading with 5 home runs to my 4. Declan with 3. Listeners with 2. All-time statistics. Declan batting 369 for his career. Judd 328. I'm at 265. Listeners 259. Judd leads with 279 hits. It's been a while since Judd's had a hit, though. Like, I think a couple months slump we're talking about here for Judd.
Really?
And the listeners lead with 44 career home runs. So there's your accountability session. Let's get Luke in here. Luke is our guest listener predictor coming in here on Mackie and Judd. Luke, what's going on, man? How are you today?
I'm doing well. Glad to join you, and glad to join the voice talent of a Netflix famous voice in Judd Zulgad.
That's right.
Nice to have you here, Luke. Thank you very much. You know,
sports dad.
I'm trying to save my voice for this show though now because I realize I've gone national.
How about that? The first 5 minutes we get a Judd Zulgad cameo. You also popped up, I think, in the second episode.
Yes.
And my sources tell me that there's more later on from Purple Daily
Really?
as well, too. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. They did a fantastic job of like mining sound bites and clips just as a whole. Like there's a lot of work that went into that production that impresses me.
And how did they choose between the sports dad's great takes about Kirk Cousins? Like what intern had to sit there and comb through hours of revolutionary opinions from Judd on Kirk Cousins? That's what I want to know.
Oh, stop. You're embarrassing me now.
All right, let's get to it here. By the way, before we make predictions, Luke, what's your background as a Minnesota sports fan? What kind of got you hooked?
Yeah, so I grew up in West Central Minnesota and grew up reading storybooks of Kirby Puckett and listening to the radio broadcast of Herb Carneal and John Gordon. And so I'm a Twins fan for as long as I can remember. I got into the Vikings in '98, thanks to my brother, showing me the Red Hot Vikings and Randy Moss, and rode that wave and to its eventual demise. And in retrospect, it's been a blessing. I haven't been hurt nearly as bad by all the sorrows and everything since then.
It's a positive way to look at it. I do think, not to drag the mood down, I do think today I saw on Twitter is the anniversary of Kirby Puckett retiring from the Twins.
Yeah.
It is.
With like the patch on his eye and Tom Kelly's crying, and it's just kind of
Mahler's crying.
Yeah, it was bad. But I'm glad that Luke has found optimism through the muck here. So Luke, we'll start with you. You make your first prediction, then we'll go to Judd, Declan, me. We'll make 3 trips around the room, but you're first out of the game, man. What's your first prediction?
All right, so I'm going all Twins, and I'm excited at your guys' start of the Twins show and everything, and hoping to inspire some Twins offense. I'm going to try to get a couple guys on and then hit the big bopper.
All right, let's do it.
All right, by the start of the 2025 MLB regular season, at least 2 of the 3 of the Twins triumvirate of Rocco Baldelli, Derek Falvey, and Thad Levine will no longer be with the Twins.
Wow. Yeah, right. I think, well, and Joe Polad with some ominous comments in the Star Tribune a couple days ago that we'll see when it comes to patience. We'll see.
Write this down.
All right, Judd.
All right, so the Twins come out of the All-Star break on Friday. Remains to be seen if they make moves or not, just as far as even roster moves. But the A's are a dumpster fire. The Twins have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt they can beat dumpster fires. Congratulations to them for that. So they will sweep the A's in Oakland this weekend.
Wow. Courageous.
3 games, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Little bit of a gamble here because of how they played, but I think they can beat the A's.
Is this a home run? It is a sweep.
Yeah, I think
technically it's a 3-game parlay and it's baseball.
Yep. I think it still is a home run, even though how bad the A's are. This is still a home run.
And it's not like the Twins are below 500. So you're saying a below 500 team will sweep another team.
If they lose 2 or 3, my head will pop right off my shoulders. Like I will lose it on Monday.
Save it for the SKOR North Twin show on Monday, please, if you could.
Write this down.
All right, Dex.
All right, I need Judd to take off his headphones for this prediction.
I'll turn it.
Yes.
I'll also turn this down.
Okay.
All right, hold on. All right, is he good?
I think we're good here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I went down this well earlier this season, but I'm going to make a tweak on this Judd prediction. So Judd loves to @ Corey Probus in his tweets.
Yes.
All the time.
Yes, he does.
So write this down. Judd will @ Corey Probus in at least 3 different tweets between July 14th and 21st. So that's Friday to Friday.
In
the week, he will @ Corey Probus starting this Friday to July 21st, July 14th. Through the 21st.
We can hear that.
You can hear that, Judd. He has no idea. Judd will @ Corey Probus in at least 3 different tweets between July 14th and 21st.
All right, you can come back.
You can come back, Judd.
We can hear that, by the way. Like you're crumpling of your water bottle.
Oh, can you?
Yeah. Yes.
I should have muted it. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, my water bottle's good. You know what
Judge
you need?
he squeezes that thing.
You need water.
Is that how
Water's healthy for you. Luke will tell you that. Water's good for you.
We know, but killing the water bottle with your mitts.
I think the water bottle's sort of cheap, to be honest with you.
Is that it?
Or maybe you're just strong.
Yeah. Well, look at it. It's purified. It's a Target brand that's cheap, so it's generic. So yeah, I think it's a cheap water bottle.
Yeah, it's not like these sturdy Gatorade bottles, right?
Oh
here.
God, I love the Gatorade bottles.
Yeah.
Those things don't crinkle, baby. No crinkling.
All right, so we'll see. I don't know. I don't think that Judd prediction can. I guess it could come off the board before the end of the show. It would take some multitasking for it to happen. I don't think it's going to happen on this.
Write this down.
All right, write this down. So on Purple Daily, I gave you it was like a Kirk Cousins positivity trio of predictions. It was 3 positive Kirk predictions. Mackey positivity week is going to continue here. Karl Anthony Towns, my guy, Big Cat, is going to make an all-NBA team this season. He's going to make an all-NBA team this season. That's got to be a home run, right? If that happens.
Yeah.
First, second, or third team all-NBA.
Yeah, and you're calling it early.
He made one 2 years ago?
Yes. He made one a couple years ago. I think it helped jack the value of that Supermax contract too.
It did.
So I really do think he's going to go in. There's been a lot of nonsense said here, but I think there's going to be more of a focus going into the season here. I think he kind of knows that this might be the last chance in Minnesota. He wants to, whether it's for Minnesota or for a future team. I think he's ready to. You got KG saying he expects Cat to win the MVP this year. I think he's going to take some of this and channel it in a positive way. So my guy Cat, all NBA.
All
right. Okay, back to Luke.
Max Kepler will remain with the Twins organization for the remainder of the 2023 season.
Oh, all right. Whose head's going to pop off first if that happens? Judd or Declan?
Mine too.
Luke's right.
You think so?
Yeah. Derek Falvey really likes him.
Mm-hmm. Doogie told us that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Said he really likes him.
Interesting. So, well, keep grinding out that 280 on base percentage, Max.
It's
having a good game every week and a half or
To
so.
be clear, I'm hedging just a little bit in case he gets DFA'd and clears waivers
and like accepts a minor league assignment or something. Yeah, which he probably just say bleep you at that point. All right, Jeb, what's your second prediction?
All right, the Twins don't like to fire people, but they do have no aversion to hiring them. So you can write this down. Nelson Cruz is going to be hired by the Twins within the next year.
Oh, I love this.
I don't know what it's going to be for.
I should have made this prediction.
But look, okay, newsflash. Derek, Thad, Rocco.
Come on, guys.
Jimmy.
Guy.
Joey. Bobby Polad. Let me tell you something right now. The New York Yankees just blew out their no-name, nondescript hitting coach and brought in Sean Casey, the mayor, a former player who's fantastic. Guess why? Because he's going to get credibility immediately, and it's worth a shot. So like a guy like Nelson Cruz, and I know that his forte was home runs, okay? But he is a leader. He is a smart baseball guy. Probably most importantly, he's a guy people will listen to.
Yeah.
So in some way, they're going to hire him within the next year.
I love this prediction. I would think that if he's interested in coaching or managing, I think his future would have to be as a manager. He made so much money. Would he really want to? He'd have to love being a hitting coach after making.
Yeah.
My God, he had to have made $100+ million playing baseball, right? So, you can make 6 figures as a hitting coach, but I would think being a manager, if he wants to manage, I think he could manage.
Yeah, I agree completely.
And if the Twins want to make a change at manager, you could do a lot worse than maybe a Nelson Cruz. That's super interesting.
Instant credibility. Yeah. In fact, I think, didn't we talk about that last week, Phil, on the Twin Show? And then Royce and I talked about it Monday, and he liked the idea too. So I just think that Nelson Cruz is the type of guy who instantly carries credibility. And with a dead ass team like this, credibility is important.
All right, let's make it happen. Let's campaign. Declan.
All right, write this down. I like how SKOR sometimes speaks things into existence. So I want to speak something into existence into another outlet.
Okay.
Write this down. There will be an acknowledgement in an athletic mailbag asking if the Twins have interest in Paul Goldschmidt.
Okay.
I'm going to.
So you're saying it's going to be, well.
And that'd be
okay.
off of Plouffe as well.
Plouffe had it.
Yeah.
But you're saying in an athletic mailbag, either by like one of the Twins beat writers or like a Ken Rosenthal, that, okay. It'll be addressed in the mailbag. Okay.
Have interest in Paul Goldschmidt. Yep.
Or Cardinals, yeah.
Or Cardinals. Yep.
Okay. Could be Cardinals.
Write this down.
We'll let you, well, I can do it like
we can comb a little bit, but yeah.
We could just do like a control F on an athletic article or something and see what happens. I like it. Yeah, I mean, it's like just make a phone call. Just see what the price is. There's going to be 6 other teams that want to do it, but it makes sense for the Cardinals to say goodbye. All right, Mackey Positivity Week continues. Write this down. Anthony Edwards will drop a 40 burger in the first regular season game of the season. He's going to come out. I think he wants to show that he's the next face of the league. And so I think he's going to come out guns blazing, first game of the season, and he's going to drop 40 or more points in the opener right now.
I feel like your Cat prediction on an NBA team, it's not that Cat can't do that. I feel like Ant is going to have such a good year that he's going to be the guy. And it's going to be hard to put 2 guys on that on those teams. There's 3 of them, but they're very prestigious.
Did Jamal Murray get? I mean, Jokic obviously was first team, but did Jamal Murray get a little third team? Like you can have 2 guys, one like a second teamer and a third teamer.
Sure.
In fact, I would argue that if the Wolves are to be like a top 4 seed in the West, and then you probably should have 2 guys who are at least flirting
if they're top 4 seed.
being,
I'm sorry, I'm assuming they're not top 4 seed. I'm assuming they're just a playoff team.
Why would you assume that, Mr. Negative?
Because they've been a play-in team the last 2 years and can't even get their act together.
But if we believe that Anthony Edwards is taking big leaps, then they will win more games, right?
Yes, they should be a playoff team. They should no longer be, and this is true for the past season too. They should not be a play-in team.
Agreed.
That's what I think.
Go get a top
4
6
be
seed.
Super impressive.
Yep.
Write that down.
All right, back to Luke for your third and final prediction.
All right, so I want this to be a homer. So let me know if it reaches the threshold, reaches the flower boxes, so on and so forth. Royce Lewis will return strong for the Twins and complete the 2023 regular season with the following statistics: 12 or more home runs, 6 or more steals, and an 800 or better OPS.
Oh yeah,
for the whole season you're talking about, right?
By the end of the season.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I think the 12 home runs are that's a 3-item parlay.
Yep.
And he's, when is he due back, by the way? He's going to miss another month probably, right?
It's an oblique. We don't know.
Yeah, those are
6 to 8 weeks kind of thing.
Can't rush him back.
No. So, all right. Well, Luke, good stuff here. Good luck with your predictions. Since you've got this life-changing platform here on Mackey and Judd, is there anyone in your life you'd like to thank that helped you get to this pinnacle moment? I think
Thanks
we
to
may
my
have
girlfriend for listening to you guys in the background. All right. Yeah. Thanks to my girlfriend for listening to you guys in the background. Thanks to my brother for getting me into the Vikings and other sports, and just my whole family in general, and encouraging sports growing up and everything, as well as just, staying involved in Minnesota professional sports and all that stuff as a fan. And thanks to you guys as well. You guys really are one of the best in the business. Ran onto you guys while I was walking my late dog, Ruby. But it was good to have you guys as companions on that, and much appreciation.
Awesome, man. Luke, thanks for the kind words. Good luck with your predictions, and we hope to see you again sometime. All right. There he is, guest listener predictor Luke. Before we get to our final predictions and a random Minnesota athlete of the week here, a shout out to our friends over at EcoFun. The electric bikes, someone emailed in from the SKOR North Sphere showing off their electric bike from EcoFun. Look at this showroom full of goodies here. I think I'm most intrigued by these souped up golf carts. Buck 250s, 4-seat EFI golf carts in stock and on sale for just $64.99. They also carry an EFI 400cc with 4-wheel drive. Did you know you can get a golf cart with 4-wheel drive?
You can?
That's awesome. I drove cars for 10 years that didn't have 4-wheel drive.
I still do.
Maybe you should get a golf cart here. $82.99. You could just be driving. You wouldn't have to. We could get Judd a souped-up golf cart from EcoFun, and you could just drive that to work. You could drive it to the games, drive it to the
How fast can I get going?
I don't know if you can take it on the freeway, but you can check it out at ecofunmotorsports.com or just stop in Forest Lake off 35 and Burnsville off 35W, ecofunmotorsports.com. And a shout out to our friends at Livia, helping change lives here at SKOR North.
Yeah, and that actually started with me a couple of years ago when I dropped 40 pounds. And here's the best part is they're not only going to help you drop that weight, but they're going to help you sustain that weight loss. And that is the most important thing. I mean, we have had countless people who watch us or tune into our podcast on SKOR North who have joined this program, and we hear from them about how great this program is, because again, it's not only about dropping the weight, it is about sustaining that weight loss. And right now, get the best deal of the summer. Join today, get 50% off your personalized program. Lose up to 10 pounds or more in your first 2 weeks. That's right, 10 pounds or more in your first 2 weeks while getting 50% off. That means that in a couple of weeks, you're going to start to drop the weight. You're going to start to see the results. And that is incentive to keep going. 855-GO-LIVEA, Livia.com, LIVEA.com. Voted Minnesota's best weight loss program year after year. That's Livia, LIVEA.com.
Hey, I saw yesterday Hideki Matsuyama is the latest name to opt into the 3M Open coming up here later this month, gentlemen. Hideki Matsuyama.
Yeah, July 24th through the 30th, the 3M Open is back. And at the 3M Open, being there actually does matter. Fans matter, fun matters. Come experience the golf that matters. You can purchase your tickets at the 3mopen.com. We'll see maybe Tony Finau maybe defend that title. He's coming back. It was awesome, actually, in the Full Swing documentary. You got to see him stay here in Minnesota, and he brings all of his family. So they were all here watching him win the 3M Open last year. You get to see him maybe repeat as champion. Go to 3mopen.com for tickets.
All right, gentlemen.
Write this down.
Judd, what's your third and final prediction?
So I've been going back and forth on this, and this didn't occur to me until I was watching the All-Star game last night. There was a couple of innings, I believe, where they actually put the Fox Studio show with Burkhart, Ortiz, Jeter, and A-Rod in the first row with mics. And by the way, why is Jeter working with A-Rod when they clearly despise each other beyond belief? It's really, really weird, because Ortiz is a great guy. Like, you could tell everyone likes him, Poppy, right? Big Poppy. And between those two, though, A-Rod and Jeter, it's as uncomfortable as hell. But the other thing is, I guess I side with Derek on this, because A-Rod is just slimy. There's something about him I just don't trust at all. And I think Jeter is a really, really smart guy, really perceptive guy. And so here's what I think A-Rod is going to try to do to us, Minnesota sports fans. Within a year, there will be a report that A-Rod has had discussions with Seattle leadership about the potential of the Timberwolves moving.
Wow. That's a home run. That's within 1 year. Within
1 year. I just, but it just has to be him. Like, Laurie could be involved. I just don't trust him at all. He just strikes me as the type of guy who would, it's why I eventually think he's going to be ousted from the group. But his odd need to be liked while being smarmy. And I think that, if he could return basketball to Seattle, where, by the way, I do think they're going to probably get an expansion team. Just saying this strikes me as an A-Rod thing much more so than I think the Wolves are actually going to move.
Interesting. What's funny is, like, and I agree, there's something off about him. There's something just a little disingenuous about him. The best thing he can do is just ride give Anthony Edwards whatever he needs. Just ride he needs to do two things. Give Anthony Edwards a runway to be the face of the NBA. Just help build infrastructure around him, and get Kevin Garnett back in the good graces of the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
And then let Mark Lowry and smart people who work for the front office just do their thing. If he tries to get too cute, or like the arena thing at some point is going to be a conversation. I'm really curious to see how they handle that.
They're very, very different people and examples, so it's not apples to apples. But don't you get the same smarminess from Alex Rodriguez that you got from Norm Green?
See, I don't remember Norm Green.
Okay. Norm was very, at first, love me. It's great to be here. Said all of the right things. Yeah. There's just a certain smarmy where I'm just like, nothing's going to surprise me. And Alex, at the end of the day, is always, I think, in it for Alex.
Yeah,
So
and maybe
I'm just,
and maybe psychologically, is there still he probably hates the way that, and having lived in Seattle for a couple of years, people do not like him in Seattle.
Right.
They want nothing to do with him. He's not like embraced by the fan base. He is ostracized. Does he want to fix that? Is this?
Right.
And I don't know. I don't. My guess is you're going to be wrong about this prediction in 1 year from now. But yeah, he's someone to watch. He's
this would be, and this would be more of a prediction based on a guy going behind people's backs to do something like this too. Because I'm not saying Silver, I'm saying like with Seattle people.
Okay. Well,
Write this down.
Sorry.
all right, Declan, what's your final prediction?
All right, a very off the wall prediction from me here. I saw Joey Votto go on the Lebitard show last week. Joey Votto is just a character, so he fits in very well with those cast of characters. He was singing Weekend songs, like he loves the Weekend. He was just being weird.
He's a weird guy.
This was the weirdest part that struck me. So I guess Joey Votto does improv in the off season, like comedy improv in the off season, to just something to do. And also it said it does help him like build rapport with his new teammates or managers and just relationships in general. But he also mentioned one of his like goals in retirement is going on Good Morning America and like hosting and being a part of Good Morning America, the TV show.
With like Michael Strahan, like a full-time thing?
Yes.
Okay.
So I want to write this down. Joey Votto will contribute to an episode of Good Morning America in the next calendar year.
Okay.
I think we'll be able to find this pretty easily. I think we'll be able to see like, oh, Joey Votto's on Good Morning America. I think we'll be able to find it.
At some point, we'll just Google Joey Votto. Every like month, I'll just Google Joey Votto Good Morning America and see what. He, by the way, he's almost 40 years old, and he was out the first like 2 months with an injury. He's been back for 17 games. He has 7 bombs, 18 RBIs and he's got an OPS over 1,000.
He's awesome.
He's batting like 6th now, though, right? So it works out well. That's a fun team. The Reds are a fun team.
Kind of came out of nowhere.
That Spencer Steer is sure good.
He really is, man. The Twins could use some scrappy.
Write this down.
Why can't they find a
guys
Spencer
like
Steer?
It is a shame. And then I have a Twins prediction to round us out here. Write this down. So I've been telling Judd, we got into an argument on the SKOR Twin show this week that, like, you think that there's enough sample size that, hey, Carlos Correa, it's just a weird year. This is who he is. So I disagree, and I'm going to put my money where my mouth is in prediction form. Carlos Correa has a 700 OPS right now. He will finish the season with an OPS 750 or higher. So from now until the end of the year, he will increase his OPS from 700 to at least 750.
Okay.
Write that down. I don't know if there's enough runway for him to finish with an 800 OPS, but I am saying he will course correct in some way in the second half of the season.
I just hope he does not do it once things are lost like he did last year.
I don't care because I will get the prediction correct.
But he did course correct in a BS way last year. Well, look at what I did at the end of the season. Well, dude, you didn't do it when it mattered. But yeah.
Yep. So there it is. Those are your predictions here every single week.
Write that down.
The only show in America that actually puts statistics next to our predictions. The other thing that's really been taking the Minnesota sports scene by storm here is the random Minnesota athlete. We've expanded our random Viking of the week to the random Minnesota athlete of the week here on this show. And we're going to move this to Wednesdays because we're doing a lot of team-centric shows now. We're pouring more energy into our SKOR Twin show, Judd's Hockey show, Flagrant Howls. Woo. So Wednesdays are going to be a full day on this show. Write that down, random athlete of the week. It's losers out. Old Macadac has 4 straight wins with Matthew Lecroy, Fred Hoiberg, Terry Porter, and Eddie Gordado. I beat Judd last week, so Judd throws out the clues. Me versus Declan. I have a 5-3 lead all time on you guys since we started doing this a couple months ago. So Judd's got a series of clues. He'll tell us what team when we start here. Declan and I get up to 3 incorrect guesses each, or we're eliminated. We can ask Judd questions, but he can refuse to answer. No Googling, no cheating. Are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. I've done, since I've been asking questions occasionally on this segment, I've done a bunch of Twins and I've done Wolves, I think, the past couple times. So it's high time that we head over to St. Paul.
Bring it.
We go to the X.
Declan's a minus 400 right now to win this, but
Yeah,
that's
the
fine.
money line shifted.
Mhm.
We go to the X and we do a random former Wild player. All right, here it is. First
Who?
clue.
It's not
This
a
is
video.
this. That's a guess. Down 1. Spurgeon down 2. All right, this former. Okay, that's it. Declan won. This former Wild player was born in West Germany.
West Germany.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
Declan, are you gonna guess?
Give me one more clue. I think I know who it is, though.
Wow, this is a massacre.
He played minor hockey in the Alberta Midget Hockey League.
Yeah, I'll burn a guess. What the heck? I'll burn a guess.
Okay.
Danny Heatley.
You got it.
Wow.
That's it.
Oh my gosh, dude.
That's it. Nice work on West. I didn't know you'd get it that quick on West.
Germany,
I had a lot of clues.
Wow, dude. Declan coming in. Just
Nice.
Macadac
That
had
was good,
no chance whatsoever.
I saw the gleam in Declan's eye.
Dude, that was
immediately.
that was
That
impressive.
was a gleam. That was like that was like a little bit psychotic gleam. Like
People are gonna go back and now rewatch my
Yeah.
heel turn of it's Danny Heatley.
yeah, Danny Heatley. Nice work. Did you know that
Yeah, I knew he's
he's
from
born in West Germany? Immediately.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Wow, dude. I mean,
Sorry, Phil. I tried to keep it. I mean, I didn't think that was that obvious.
I just have to tip my cap at this point. That was very impressive. I think even if it was like if I would have been the one that threw out, because I could have easily grabbed Danny Heatley with you guys going. If I would have thrown out West Germany as the first clue, Judd, would you have known that going in?
No, because I didn't remember it. Like when I read it, I remembered it when I was doing the clues.
Okay.
But I think if you said it and I didn't have the reference point, no, I don't think so.
So Declan would have smoked either one of us. That's my
I think so, yeah.
justification here. Okay.
Yep. Man, I should have done a Clayton Stoner. I'm sorry.
Oh my
Stoner
God.
takes a hit in the corner. One of the best LaPanta isms of all time.
Stoner takes a hit in the corner.
So, all right. Well, Declan, that's Declan's fourth win here on Random Minnesota Athlete, going along with Mike Redmond, Matt Lawton, and Michael Olowokandi. So it'll be me giving out clues to you guys.
Man. I should have
for
gotten the
next
candy,
week.
man.
Nice job, Declan. Great stuff.
Pissed at myself about that.
All right, thanks for hanging out with us. We will be starting today on Purple Daily doing spoiler reviews of the Netflix quarterback docuseries.
I gotta go
starring
back and
Kirk
watch.
Cousins. Me too.
I'm heading right back to the TV. I ain't moving all day from the couch, by the way.
Are
Until
you
we
watching
do
the whole
that.
thing today?
I'm gonna watch as much as I possibly can.
I don't know what I want to do. I kind
It's
of want to
riveting.
stagger it, but I don't know.
It's
I might just
riveting.
be so
I'm
sucked
going.
in.
I'm going to try and go through the whole thing today.
I'm pretty obsessed right now.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
I agree. It's fascinating. All right. We'll see you guys on Purple Daily, and we'll see you also tomorrow for a little Reckless Speculation Thursday.